En dan heb ik de eer en het genoegen. I have the honor and the pleasure to announce you the next speaker. He is announced Hannu Tuovinen from Finland. He's consultant and biography coach. He's interested in multiculturalism and diversity. He's living thus in Finland, as you see, in Tampere, as he pronounced it. He has a lot of family connections and professional interactions with Waldorf schools. And he is co-trainer for Waldorf school leaders who are getting formal certification. So I think I'm well in time. Hannu, you can go on.
Thank you, Arnout. Can you see this?
Yes.
Fine. Good. It's always a challenge in these modern times. Okay, my presentation will give you a light view of the development of Steiner schools or Waldorf schools and kindergartens, and also other initiatives in Finland. And then I have few statements which are the basis for our methodology as I understand it, and this methodology which we are using when we are having these programs for example, Waldorf school teachers and other initiatives coming out of anthroposophy. And yeah, we start from this picture. Here you can see the locations of Waldorf schools and kindergartens in Finland. And of course, we have also other initiatives like biodynamic farming, and then we have a Christian community movement here, and also movements for handicapped people, which are called Camp Hill communities. So, few words about Finland first. Finland is a country between Sweden, Norway, and Russia. And we do have a longest border between European Union and Russia, so it makes also the location quite specific. So here you can see Helsinki, which is the capital, and some 1.5 hours ride from Helsinki up to north is Tampere, where I am living. So Finland is a republic, and the independence occurred 1917. And Meyere Snellman, who was one of the great philosophers in Finland and politician, so he has said that education is a security for a small nation, and that's what it is and has been for Finland. And we are very proud to also to show you the picture of, or I'm proud to show you a picture of our core or the heart of the government, where we have 4 women, and these women with the lead of Prime Minister Sanna Marin, who is actually from Tampere, the town where I'm living. So they have been leading the country very well through this corona pandemic. So we have only, death rate is only 347. And in Sweden it's something like 6,000. So in that way we are very proud of these happy women who are having this the lead for us. So this is the Waldorf school here in Tampere, just very close to me. It's a 15 years old building, but we have had Steiner school in Tampere already 50 years. You can see also the architecture, it's based on Goetheanism. In Finland, we have 24 Waldorf schools and 44 kindergartens, and the first one was established 1955 in Helsinki. and it's still existing, and they are going to have a new building soon, like here in Tampere. Older schools are in Finland called Steiner schools, and all the Finnish schools do have this. One second, I'll just are part of the national school system, and nearly all of the schools are funded by the government and have to follow the national core curricula. And this is also a challenge, as you know, in Holland and maybe also in Belgium, that this is also a challenge to keep this idealism of Waldorf schools or idea of Waldorf schools lively. Or yeah. And you can see some of the statistics also from this website, peda.net, Steiner Kasvatus in English. In overall, we should keep a good kind of consciousness of those who have been building this whole movement and all these schools. For example, in Tampere, we have these people who are the pioneers coming together now and then. And it's so important that we have them and their love behind this whole process we are leading to the future. Most of these people do have grandchildren also at school, so they are constantly in connection with the school. But now I have the first statement, and I don't want to blame these people or anybody, but we have to say that, and it comes very often in front of me when I'm helping the organizations here in Finland, in public sector, private sector, and NGOs, that people tend to blame the others of what they are doing. But we have to be very open for that, and we have to really say that people in organized working world do not necessarily do wrong things, but they often do things that the way that is not valid anymore. So it can be that we are not in a good connection to the outside world, and that's why we are doing things which are not valid, or just the world has changed so quickly that we have to renew the ways we are doing the things. The other statement is that the solutions we have found get bad in the course of time because the surroundings changes all the time. So instead of looking the people and blaming the people, we have to see the structures. Are the structures valid for what we are doing at the moment? And now the time is really changing, so we have to consider this quick, rapid change what we are living in. This is Snellman University in the city of Helsinki, founded in 1980, and this is the basis for providing for teachers and kindergarten teachers seminars, and also for eurythmist and speech formation and other artistic activities. My third statement is a shared vision can die if people forget their connection to one another. So we have to maintain this connection all the time. And the fourth one is that we need an ongoing routine of improving work processes, leadership, and being in contact and connected. So what I hear always in the organizations, that do we need again to talk about these things what we have been talking decades? Is it really necessary? Yes, I have to say always that yes, it is important because they don't stay as they were. We have to all the time look at them and renew them and see if they are valid anymore. And this contact dialogue to maintain it and to keep it alive is very, very important, to be connected. So now we come to the leadership and the importance of leadership. Peter Drucker, who was very famous organizational developer, said that only 3 things happen naturally in organization: friction, confusion, and underperformance. Everything else requires leadership. And I can connect very, very well to this, because these things happen so easy. And that's why, for example, I'm asked to the organizations very often. For me, it's fine because it gives me a good work and good salary, but this is something that we have to realize. Chaotic situations happen so easily in the organizations. The word lead comes from an Indo-European word leid, which means to cross a threshold. And as a persons who are somehow into this spiritual sciences, so we know what it means to cross a threshold. It is something that we have to step into unknown all the time. And it's very paradoxical. The situation in the organized world is very paradoxical. So in order to take care of the people, we have to be also very confrontative, for example. And this is a paradox. And we have to face as leaders these paradoxes all the time in the organization. We use this methodology in the University Hospital of Tampere. For 2 years, we had this Inside the Change program, and you can read it from the IMO website. It's in English. It's an interview of one of the leaders of the hospital. So you can see how they were able to adapt also skills to face this corona pandemic through this 2 years Inside the Change program. So in this program, everything starts from the individual, the daring individual. And this is the basis for everything what we are doing. We start from the individual. To be a good leader, so first you have to become a human being. So one of the important thing is your self-awareness. And you can, I mean, these are things you can all the time train, and you have to train. Self-awareness and self-steering skills in order to have a good self-leadership. And in order to get these skills, you have to do soul exercises. And some of those are to practice the sense of coherence, because it leads to more trusty feeling. It leads to trust the people, the sense of coherence, that you are living this world around you. Gratitude. You practice gratitude in many ways. You can practice it many ways because it creates love, and love opens the heart. And then we can connect to what Ronen already mentioned. Self-confidence is the basis for respect and an open mind, that you are interested of everything what you face. We are so different in this, but we have to practice this interest for the others. This is the first stepping stone or element for our training, that we look the individual, the daring individual, the individual who has to make the decisions, the individual who is going to take the next step. Then we come another layer, which is the sharing individual. This we learn when we are in the family, when we are in the extended family, when we are with friends at school, and so on. We become aware of the others. What is our awareness of the others? What kind of social skills do we have? This is an ongoing training to get more social skills. In order to really to take hold of that which I call karmic leadership. I mean this karmic leadership about the karmic substance we are living in, because the karma is a process between people, and it is the fruit. Our karma is a fruit of peer-to-peer process. So this is also the responsibility what we have as leaders when we are having people, when we are having this people around us with whom we are making things possible. So what comes in front of us is how humbleness we are, in which level we can experience compassion, what is our desire to help, because this helping is so important issue in all interaction between people. And then what is our overall social capital? The sharing individual. We come from daring individual to sharing individual. Then we come into a totally different world where the caring individual becomes the most important issue. Caring individual, because caring is always an individual thing. It starts from the individual. So slowly, in the course of time, when we age, we become more and more aware of the organized working world. And what means to be aware of the organized working world? For that we need systems thinking skills, good systems thinking skills, which are, for example, at the moment in the corona time, they are so important that we understand the role of individual in this whole situation, or the role of one thing in the whole, how it affects and how it can affect the whole. In this world, we can use horizontal and vertical leadership, or we should use horizontal and vertical leadership skills. Horizontal is bringing this breathing element in there so that the processes are going well, there is a good dialogue, and it's meaningful. And vertical is bringing the issue of what has to happen. What has to happen in order to reach the goal? And the situation in this organized working world is that it is based on a good idea. I call it business idea, a good idea, and we have to have a client. We have to know who is the one to whom we are offering this service. We need capital. We have to take care of that all the time in order to start the business or whatever it is, the organized work. We need capital, and we have to take care of the capital. We need labor to do the work, to maintain the service. And we have to be productive in such a way that we bring all the time extra value for the client. In that way, we have to be very conscious of all the time of the client, that whatever changes we are doing in the organization, so we ask, what is the extra value for the client now when we are doing the change? We are not doing the change for us, but we are doing it for the client. So this is the basis for our approach to our methodology. How do I understand it? So 2 examples of what we are doing with Waldorf schools. This is one Waldorf school tutor program. There are some 45 people in this program, and it's also funded by the state, so it's very cheap for the participants. And its aim is to create experiences about different ways of interaction between people at work. And in the end of the project, every school has a new approach to tutor. So there, I introduced 2 teams there, which I know already now. So the first one was teachers are the support for the colleagues. So this Ubuntu, I am because we are, this comes from Ubuntu tribe. The second team has been the restorative approach to share the questions of pedagogy and involvement. And the third team, which I was in with my wife, Jana, was dialogical tools at work. So now they are creating a good basis for this tutorship at schools in all over the Finland. So people are coming from all over the Finland, from Waldorf schools and kindergartens. The second program is special vocational qualification program for leadership and management. And we have already a second round. With that, we started 2016, the first one where we have 20 people, and now we have 17 people in this program, which we are now running. And as you see, there is Adrian Beckman, who has, in both of these rounds, have started this program, which has been in English. The first session, the first training has been in English. And these people are coming from all over the Finland, and this training is also subsidized by the state, and it gives for the teachers a qualification, a mandate to be directors at schools and kindergartens. So they can represent themselves in different situations as directors of the school. This program has been done in collaboration with Snellman University. And Snellman University has the contact with the people all around in Finland, so they are the collectors, so to say, of those decision-making people, those people who are in the decision-making role at school. And Omnia is giving the place and the basis for that the training. And through Omnia, we are getting this training, this subsidizes from the state. This is in the town of Espoo near Helsinki. But we have had these trainings this year online. And with my colleagues, we had just a few weeks ago online training about demanding leadership situations and designing, leading and controlling the processes and economy. The other teams which we have had is horizontal leadership and organizing, which Adrian was leading, authentic leadership in a learning organization, and developing services and processes. So this is Imo Suomi task in this program. And all this started some, let's see, 8 years ago, when I was asked if it's possible to have this kind of a program for the leaders or for the people or for the teachers at the Waldorf schools. Those who are in the decision-making role. And Omnia's teams are I as a leader and 360 survey leadership coaching and communicating, project control and project management, customership and networks, and sustainable development and work safety. And we have with us our colleague Tertta, who is responsible of this whole program, and she is the contact person from our point of view, and she has a long experience of creating these kind of programs. So she has been also helping Omnia to formulate this special program, which is only for Waldorf school teachers and kindergarten teachers, and also the decision makers from other anthroposophical initiatives. We have also people from Campbell communities in this program. Okay, and this is the view from Finland at the moment in the autumn. So I want to end my presentation to this picture, and I like to thank you for your kind attention. Thank you.